Hello, friends. It is Musou May, and I'm bringing back an old favorite. Uh, you might be wondering why. uh, First reason is obviously Orochi 4. I love the combat in that game to death, but the rest of the game is a hot mess. There's also movesets in this game that you can't use anywhere else. Uh, One Piece, Musou, and Warriors Orochi have a lot in common because the third installment is considered to be the best one, and the fourth one does add some new things and some polish, but overall, it's not as good as the third game. There is no definitive Musou game in either of those franchises, in my opinion. The combat is a lot better in four, in my opinion. It's so much better, but everything else about the game is a hot mess. The end game mode has nothing but stat sticks. Uh, the story is a drag to get through. Just, a number of other problems. The other reason is this game is actually on sale right now. If I go to the eShop here, my Japanese account, the game is actually on sale for under 4,000 yen. So in burger bucks, adjust this to wherever you live, it is about $40. 40 burger bucks. Now, what's unique about these ports that they have on the Switch is that they actually include all of the DLC. I'm not exaggerating here. Even the Dynasty Warriors 8 XL port actually includes all of the DLC. So if you can get past the language barrier, which honestly, you got to think about how much translation technology has evolved since these games originally came out, like this, the Samurai Warriors games, Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires and stuff. And you can just point your phone at the screen, and you don't really have to read that much. Ironically, most of the kanji and stuff for the weapon abilities have not changed since 2007, the first Orochi, because I played that game in Japanese too. There's also the Koei wiki that has all the translations. So if you have a Switch, I don't know how much longer these are going to be on sale. I think Golden Week is actually ending at the time of recording, so you might have to wait until next time. These ports are ridiculously overpriced, base price. Like this was like I think almost 8,000 yen normally, but they put it on half off, so it was about 40 bucks. Which, when you consider it comes with all the DLC, is actually quite a good deal. If you go to the Koei Tecmo publisher thing, um, they have a lot of like legacy ports on here. They have 8XL, which you can actually don't have to import that game. You can get it off the English speaking territories eShops. This actually has all the DLC. They gave me a key for this back when it came out, and I was shocked because this game has like hundreds of dollars of DLC. So they're only giving 30% off for it, but it's usually on sale on the US eShop for like 30 bucks. I definitely recommend that port. I'd argue it actually is the best way to play the game. Mods for these games, as you know, are pretty bare bones. There aren't really that many, and most of them are on a Chinese forum that Westerners can't access. If you ever want to play this game again, I think it's actually easier to just get it on here when it's on sale because it comes with all the DLC, which is saving you a ton of money. They have this, which I bought today, which I kind of regret because I was hoping it had the roguelike castle mode. This is basically just the first game with all the DLC. The port is actually quite good. I got it for like 25 bucks, so I might get some time out of that. I didn't really like that game when it came out, but now that 5 is out and it's such a just jank mess, I kind of wanted to go back and play it. They have Spirit of Sanada on here as well, but obviously this game's got way more reading involved, so honestly, you're better off getting that on PC. The PC port actually seems like it's kind of been a victim of, or a benefactor of having better hardware. I haven't had too many problems running it. I hear this port is actually quite good, but I'm saving up and trying to raise funds for a trip right now, so I'm not going to be buying that. But this game and 8 Empires have a lot of reading involved, so I would not recommend getting those. Pretty much everything else they have on here you can get elsewhere. You can get in English. So the other reason I'm going to do this is because, or the other reason I did this was because the Switch version of this game actually has a 60 FPS patch / mod that was made for it by someone who does a lot of performance patches for Switch games. Now, you can use them on the console itself, but it requires overclocking, which means obviously you have to hack your Switch. Or you can use it on an emulator. I actually found a video of somebody using this on an emulator. So what the plan is right now, I can't do it at the moment, but the plan is to hack my Switch and dump my legal copy because you see how many games I have on here. I have no need to pirate anything, and I don't want to. I work with developers and stuff, so I'm pretty against that, unless it's like a really ancient game that you can't buy anymore. I want to rip my copy and then run it in the emulator, and then I can keep the save and I can transfer it over as far as I know. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of training up the file until I can do that. So there's my reasoning. Let's go ahead and play a little bit. The port as is actually quite good. It sucks that they didn't uncap the frame rate, but it is what it is. Now, this game didn't have as much DLC as 8 did, Dynasty Warriors 8 did, but you do get all the maps, and the maps were very commonly used by myself and other people that played at a high level to rank the characters and stuff. I don't really like doing tier stuff in this game, because the fun of the game is the tagging and the synergies and stuff. But the DLC was used for that, and you get all of it here. I mean, this is a ridiculous amount of content. I think it was this map I played a lot of. One of these maps I played a lot of. Itsukushima. A little bit of a tongue twister there. Let's just go ahead and play a map. I'm gonna put it back on normal because WO3U is pitifully weak right now.
我が最地をお見せしよう。
戻ってきたのね。ここに待ってて練習。今度こそ助けてみせる。
まずは仲間を援護しましょう。練習殿に。
Really is a bummer they never put this game on PC. You know, they did put WO3U Extreme Legends. They put that on PC, which is like a legacy port, but that was like 2 years ago. They haven't done any more legacy ports. I know for a fact people would buy this game, because even if you don't care about the gameplay stuff that's different in this, like the R1s and everything, this game straight up has characters that 4 does not have. They had a lot of collaboration characters in this, and most of them didn't make the transition to 4. I think this game still holds up. I don't like the triple rush mechanic, but when you get farther in the game, you can kind of get around it a little bit. I've also been a very avid hater of the gauntlet mode in this. I think it's just worse Diablo. I get the appeal for it. I get why people like it. For me, the only thing that was fun about it was the rewards. Once I got the rewards, I stopped playing it completely. But, you know, to each their own. Infinite mode is fun, but the rewards are just trash. All you get is just generic stat sticks. There's nothing that changes the way the game is played, which I definitely put a lot of time into this back when it came out, and that was what really kept me playing.
闇討ちにしてしまえ。仲間が危険だ。敵援軍を排除する。
So you can play this game in a PS3 emulator. Rip your own disc. You could do that, but you know, this is a relatively recent Japanese game, and I'd say only in the past couple years they've stopped tying game logic to frame rate. Basically means the game is designed to run at one specific frame rate, and if you try to increase it through other means, the game will run at double speed. I don't know what Japan's obsession with that is, but they're finally starting to use like Unreal Engine and stuff, and it basically makes doing that a thing of the past. But unfortunately, this game is a product of its time. So right now, it seems like the best way to play this game is to buy the game on Switch, hack it, rip your legal copy, which you can do. There's countless videos of how to do that. And then play it on the emulator. In the emulator, you'll have 60 FPS. The only real caveat would be that, you know, they didn't put this in English for some reason. I have no idea why, but they didn't. So if you did do that, the sale price for this is pretty ridiculous. The non-sale price is pretty ridiculous. But if you could get past the language barrier, it would be the best way to play this game, and I'm working towards that. But right now, I'm working on my vacation, so I don't have the funds or resources to do it at the moment. But it is something I'll do. I can tell you, it's one thing to download a ROM off the internet for a game you don't own or you no longer own, but actually ripping your own legal copy is really satisfying. I did that when Tales of Innocence R got an English patch, because, you know, I bought that game legally. I imported it like 6 or 7 years ago. And I had it sitting in my room. It took me a couple hours, because I'd never really ripped the game before. But it's nice. I have my own legal ROM of the game on my computer. So if that game ever gets a 60 FPS patch, all I have to do is just pop it in an emulator and run the patch or mod or whatever. It's actually quite fun to do. That's what you're supposed to do. But obviously it's not always feasible to do that. I play a lot of ROMs on my kitty sitting streams, which I know aren't everyone's cup of tea, but I have fun doing them. I'm kind of just killing time over there. Really cool to have a phone that can run like almost everything I grew up with, pretty much up through my late teenage years. Also, for playing stuff like this, the benefit of having a phone is that you can just point the phone at the TV and just translate it that way, which this game doesn't really have that much reading. Pretty much all the characters for the weapon elements and the accessories and stuff are all on the Koei wiki, so you can go there. I also think this game has my homeboy Ling Tong, like, is pretty much his best version. I'd say it's a tie between this and Orochi 1, where he had the teleporting C1. I really wanted to experience that moveset again, so I took it upon myself to buy this, and we'll play through this game again in beautiful, like, 1440p 60 FPS. I can't give a date for when, but eventually that will happen. Seems like I would need to buy some things to do it, and funneling my little resources I have into my trip. So most likely when I get back.
敵将打ち取ったりここだここだ手が出るよはい
レンシ今助けるから
工夫よ手やここだ工夫よ手が出るよやらなきゃダメなんだ
ここはレンシ姫様私は一体なんだか悪い夢を見ていたようです
So I should also mention,
姫様
since I'll be doing this the legal way, which is ripping a copy of the game that I legally bought, the benefit of that is that I'll be able to take this save. It's obviously, even if you know how to break this game, it takes a long time to get like a tag combo ready file. The benefit is that I don't have the means of doing it right now, but by the time that I do, which should be, I would hope sometime in June, after I get back from my trip, the save will be in a pretty good position, and we'll just play from the emulator from there on out. Yeah, I thought this would be fun. Happy Musou May. I have some other games planned, including Basara in English. Most of the games I have access to on PC. We'll be playing through some of those. We'll be trying to raise some funds for my trip, but the main motive is to just have fun. I know there hasn't been a lot of Musou on this channel lately. Honestly, there just hasn't really been any good game that I wanted to play besides Nine Empires. We'll definitely do a playthrough of that for Musou May. I won't be leaving for about another 3 weeks, so I'm going to try to pack as much in as I can. I'm not really buying any more games this month unless there's a shadow drop of the Summer Game Fest in a couple days. Hopefully the Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge game gets an release date, but other than that, I'll probably be playing a lot of this. So if you're nostalgic for this game, you want to see it running at a better frame rate, I promise that I will have that sometime in the near future. If I could find someone in town that could do it, then it would be faster, but right now I'm counting on having to do it myself, and it's a lot more difficult to do from what I understand if you don't plan on pirating games, which I don't. So I'll have to figure out how to do it so that I can still go on the eShop and buy games as normal, but then also use mods and stuff, because I do want to rip my copy. I don't know if this actually came out physically or not, but the easiest way to rip your legal copies of games on Switch is to just own it or download it and then just rip the copy. So once that happens, you'll see a lot more of this, but in the meantime, I'll be playing this intermittently on streams when I feel like it. Thanks for watching.